Hello, BookTube. I'm here with a tag. It's the anti-tag tag. It's an original tag by Alan at Hard Books and Classics. Big Hard Books and Classics. And there's 5 questions. And the first one is, I refuse to read blank. Fill in the blank. And I'm blanking on that. I can't think of anything specific off the top of my head that I would refuse to read. The first thing that came to mind, I'd say I'd refuse to read, Harry Potter, but that's not really true. I could conceivably read it someday, but it's not anywhere even remotely on any, I guess, to be read list or in my head or anywhere. Just no interest. But that could change. So I don't really have an answer for that. Number 2, a food you hate. Well, this is going to be more of a place. McDonald's. Absolutely horrifying and atrocious. I've eaten it 3 or 4 times and probably on several continents as well. And every time I've tried it, I get extremely ill. And then through me. Just I'm out of the game to do anything for at least 24 to 48 hours. I will not eat anything there at all. I'd rather eat anything else. The other thing is too, I guess, there's another one is Domino's Pizza. I can't stand it. I think they're just horrible. They don't make me sick most of the time, but they're horrible pizza. I think the box that it comes in would taste better. But the other is like a specific food. The thing that comes to mind is that it just came up recently in a conversation with someone is olives. I don't like olives. I never have. I never liked the taste of it. However, I was thinking of this, and because of my long COVID, my taste isn't back yet to full. There's only a few things. There's only 3 things that I can actually taste that I've tasted that are what I remember to taste is garlic, apples or apple juice, and Glenfiddich single malt whiskey. Everything else doesn't taste the same. Some of it has no taste. Like for instance, spices taste sweet to me. Even hot spices taste sweet to me. I can taste the sugarness, sweetness, but I guess that's a taste, so maybe sweetness, but only in certain things. Like sugar itself and tea, I get a sweetness from that, but I think it's a diminished sweetness. Yeah, it's just a taste. So, in other words, I'm saying that I possibly could eat now olives because I haven't tried them, but there's a possibility that I might be able to eat them because I won't have the taste of them that I used to have that I detested. Um, yeah, number 3, audiobooks. Is it reading? I think that was sort of the question. Then Alan went on to explain where he sort of started listening to these. He did mention sort of, listening to plays, but that's not, that's an audio play. That's an audio dramatization. But the question is it reading? Absolutely not. It's in the title. Audio, you're listening. You're not reading. Somebody else is reading it. Doesn't diminish anything. Doesn't take anything away from people enjoying it, because I have enjoyed listening to audiobooks. Other people read in the past. It is very dependent on who is doing the reading. But yeah, and it also, as I've said before, it brings a different dimension to it. Sometimes not so great, as I say, depending on who's doing it. Like somebody was saying, if the voice is not very good and somebody tries to do a voice that they sort of destroy it, well, yeah, that can deter from it. But if it's a good one, it's a different interpretation, and it makes me think differently about the book that I have read. But yeah, so yeah, I have nothing against them, but yeah, it's just absolutely like, there's just no way. I just don't understand how people can say that it's actually reading. It's listening. and it's nothing to deter from that, because they are not reading. It's anyway. And then number 4 is graphic novels. Is it reading? I think that's what the question is. And if there are words in the bubbles, then it is reading. You're reading the words, even if they're just a few words here or there. However, I don't know if these things exist, like the comics that don't have any words at all. Then you're not reading. You're visually looking. It's like going to a gallery and look at a painting. If you're looking at that and calling that reading, you're not. You are reading the artist in the paint, but you're not reading words. Like these are semantics here. You're not reading like you do a book. But graphic novels, there's words. I don't know. I'm not that well versed in comics or graphic novels, whatever the common term is now or the buzzword is for these. Are there ones that don't have any words, that are just pictures, and they still call them novels? That's a bit of a misnomer, I think, for novels, but some of them I think can be involved enough. But just a normal comic, like I used to read Scooby Doo's, I would never call that a novel, in any shape or form. But I can understand where that can extrapolate to. So yeah, number 5, is there anything you won't read? See, that's like the first question. The answer is, I would say it's on a very individual basis, and even the first one, but I can't think of anything. There's things that I don't particularly like there's genres that I generally will say, like romance, self-help, true crime, or at least sort of recent true crime that's sensationalist material, or that is so biased in something that is trying to sort of sledgehammer something in. But that's individual. Like there's nothing specific that I can think of. But yeah, that's my tag, for the anti-tag tag. And I think is to tag people. But yeah, I haven't been tagging because, yeah, I'm not going to tag. I'll get back to maybe tagging at some point when I start doing tags more. Anyway, take care, BuckTube. I'll see you next time.